Life Chelsea for Beyond the Gate, September 9, 2025. First things first, let me know your thoughts on today's new episode down below. What did y'all think? We're gonna do a quick summary and then we can dive into the review. Okay, so on today's episode, I said at this point, Cat needs to just walk away from Thomas because this way too many times now. There's way too many doggone times. Just walk away at this point. I said I'm convinced that she's only still with him to stick it to evil. She sees that something's obviously going on between these two. Come on now, your good ain't telling you nothing. Even if it's not your good, you done walked in too many times now. If you're in a relationship, you ain't supposed to be that close to nobody. Just like with Bill and Danny over here. He over here holding her stuff. I said, now Haley, any other time you popping up, this should have been the moment. I said, this should have been the moment. What the world going on? It got to the point where Naomi had to say something. I said, exactly. He told my son, nothing's going on. It's just this whole Chelsea situation just, showed basically family need to stick together. He ain't said that, but that's basically what he said, a load of baloney. That's basically what he said. Talking about that's just family coming together and all this other stuff. You ain't got no business on her. First he was touching all on her legs and stuff, and then she just turned around and exactly what Naomi said is exactly what happened. She was like, you know how she feels about you or whatever, and you allowing it. You allowing it. I said, exactly. He definitely was allowing it. You ain't got no business. She done turned around, and he just holding her stuff. I said, now, I do want to see how they going to be together once, he divorced Haley or whatever. Hold on. Once he divorces Haley or whatever, but other than that, right now, no. No. Because they should be over here trying to make it seem like, okay, they got, because I seen somebody say that. They was like, they got kids together, so of course this going to happen. Man, how many times y'all gonna use it as an excuse? So if y'all was in this situation and y'all found out this was going on, y'all be okay with it because they got your kids together? Y'all be, nah, I ain't gonna say that. Messing somebody up around here. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I was like, the amount of people that justify stuff like that is insane. It's insane. Like I said, insane. What was I about to say? I already said how I want to see how Danny and Bill be together. I want to see if they reunite. I feel like they're going to reunite a couple times before this series over, if it ever be over. I don't know. But yeah, I was like, I said this before and I said it again. I said they going to reunite and it's going to be them reuniting, then breaking up, then getting back together, then breaking up. They probably going to be one of them couples like on General Hospital with Carly and Sonny and Jason and Sam and, what was the other show called? The Bold and Beautiful? Brooke and Ridge now. But yeah, where do we stop at? I'm gonna just start over. At this point, Kat needs to just walk away from Tomas. She walked in on another close moment between Eva and Tomas. And he always seemed to me now. To me, maybe this is just me. But it's like anytime Kat say anything to Eva, he be irritated. He'll make a face or whatever. I said, just be with her at this point. Just be with her at this point. But yeah, I said, anytime Kat say or do anything to Eva, he be feeling some type of way. He be irritated or whatever. But yeah, Eva wanted Tomas to go toe-to-toe with Bill. And he was trying to explain to her that that's his boss or whatever. And I said I could see him doing it. I definitely can. People was already speculating, when the show first started that, he may be trying to take Bill down or something like that. Or he may eventually go after Bill. And I can see that happening. I definitely can. What else happened? Let me see. Leslie still want to buy that house. She ends up telling Vanessa she wants to pay double for it. And I said she going to get it. I definitely see her getting it. Because she was about to get it the first time. She definitely about to get it now. She offering double. Ted still trying with Nicole, but she not budging. I said, Ted, I wanted to see y'all stick together too. I don't know why I want these folks with these cheaters, but I said, look, I'm like y'all. I'm like a lot of y'all who trying to encourage this foolishness. I'm like, how do we get here? How did we get here? Encouraging people to stick with cheaters. But yeah, I was like, look, I was really rooting for them. I really was. But now Nicole seemed like her mind made up. So I was like, just turn her loose. I said, but don't you go over there with Leslie now. I feel like he is. I feel like it's only a matter of time. But yeah, she still want that house. Ted's still trying with Nicole, but she not budging or whatever. She told him to get out. She told him to get out. I was like, man. Chelsea may be suffering from PTSD. She ended up confronting Allison, the crazy lady or whatever. Allison over here quoting stuff that she seen on Chelsea page and stuff. And just over here striking poses and stuff like that. So this girl's crazy. This woman is crazy. I said, whoever playing her doing a darn good job. Definitely is. See, I think I seen that lady on TikTok Live, what was it, yesterday? Or Monday? Is today Tuesday? Yeah, it was either Monday or over the weekend. I seen her on live. I said, this look like that crazy lady. I hate to say it like that, but that's what I said. I said, they like that crazy lady from Beyond the Gates. Yeah, I think she was on TikTok Live, y'all. But yeah, what else? Let me see. Let me see. Naomi ends up confronting Bill because of Danny. She was trying to explain. She walked in. First, she seen them steady hugging. Danny running into his arms. I said, "That's not your husband no more, girl." She running into his arms and stuff like that the first time. Then she did it a second time. She walked in on them. Danny over here just all up against him. He holding her and stuff like that. They on the steps. First, he was touching all on the legs and stuff. I said, "Nah, this ain't appropriate for a married man." Y'all telling me? Y'all really telling me? Y'all wouldn't feel no type of way. Y'all walked in, y'all husband was all up on his ex. Any woman, or man, anybody. You telling me you'll be okay with that? You walked in, first he was touching the legs and stuff like that. And then next thing you know, she turned around, I said she want him to hold her. He gonna do it. He gonna do it. I said, y'all telling me, you want me to believe that you'll walk in on that and you'll be cool, calm, and collected? No, you'll shake something up, won't you? You'll shake something up, won't you? Hold on. Well, yeah, a lot of people, they be arguing in the comments, and I was like, y'all can't convince me. Nah, I know some people actually do. They don't care. What they said, as long as you come back home to me, as long as you come home to me, that's what a lot of people say. But other people, you ain't telling me that y'all go out, they really be in the comments because you could be fans of people and they work and stuff like that and still hold them accountable now. He ain't got no business touching her legs, and she ain't got no business in his arm repeatedly now. Now you don't hug the look. Haley come back. I don't allow you to hug him once now. That's one too many times now. Keep your hands to yourself. Look, but I'm ready to get this show on the road. I'm ready to see what Haley's hiding. I'm ready to see if she tries to take Bill up out of there because you know he got wasn't it $10 million life insurance policy? I don't know. But what else? Let's see. I already said Naomi ends up confronting Bill because of Danny. He was talking about nothing's going on. He's still married to Haley. You know, it's just family coming together in these times and stuff like that. Nothing's going on. You need to be talking to Danny if that's the case. You all up on her like she all up on you. Y'all doing too much. Way too much. For you to be married. Doing way too much. Whether you like Haley, it cut off. Whether you like Haley or not, that's way too much. You doing too much. But yeah, what else? I think, look, we basically done did the little review. Look, I don't dive into it. Let me make sure. Let me go back to the beginning. Bill was hugging Danny. Naomi ends up noticing. Ted was trying to ease his way back in. He done brought flowers to Nicole. She looked like she wanted to ask him what he was doing there and stuff like that. He done got comfortable. He's like, I know you're on your way out. Look, he trying to make himself back at home. But yeah, he wants to know how the family reacted to the Leslie situation. She was like, so much going on with Chelsea that she didn't get a chance to tell. So later in the episode, he decides to take it upon himself to tell. And they was basically like, they didn't really care. Now, Danny was back there looking like she didn't agree with what Nicole was saying because, because that's her sister, she stood beside her. She like what she said. But you don't agree. You don't agree with none of that. None of y'all do. None of y'all do, but y'all let Nicole process and deal with things her way because this is her marriage. Well, it was her marriage because she still wants that divorce. But yeah, he took it upon himself and they was like, okay, good. He's talking about now that the Chelsea situation is over and the Leslie situation has been handled. I handled that. No, you didn't, because she's still about to move in. And then she told Vanessa this time, instead of her delivering the news, she finna deliver the news. I said, see, and that's the point. Like your Eva, I about to say like your daughter over here. Eva's over here talking about what her mama deserves, and she didn't like seeing that and this and that, and they think they could control her and build this, and she gonna handle it now. She want to go up against Bill this and all this other stuff. The lady is not, just like I said yesterday, she's focused on revenge. You over here falling into her trap. You over here messing up what you got going on with your dad. You getting to know him and stuff like that, and she's playing you like it ain't nothing. She playing you over here trying to get Tomas to go after him or whatever and help with the housing situation. And she already over here about to pay double. So now what Tomas finna get ready to do? What he finna get ready to do? But yeah, I could see him definitely helping. I definitely can see that. I want to know if Kat actually heard any of that. Because she was standing there for a while. She was. Then they tried to make it seem like, I think Eva, what did she say? I forgot. She said something. I don't think she told what they was talking about. I think she said it was something else. But yeah, what else? Let me see. I already said how Ted brought flowers. Anita and Vernon ended up hosting breakfast to celebrate Chelsea being home. She came in. She was overwhelmed. She ended up leaving. And that's when Madison and Kat followed and tried to talk to her, see what's more going on. But they didn't get much out of her. But when Kat left, that's when Chelsea ended up saying, she could have, actually took Allison up out of there or whatever. And Madison's like, if she was in the same situation, she would have did it too. And she was saying, it's a good thing that you didn't do it or whatever. So she was like, she wanted to make sure that Allison paid. So that's when she went to the police station and she was confronting her, saying how she didn't get to really enjoy her family and stuff because Allison in her head, she said to my wife this, my wife that or whatever. And I said, knowing her crazy tail, I was like, she probably got married for real to this girl. I said, probably actually did. Isn't it? Her crazy self said to my wife this and my wife that. Then she talking crazy to Madison and stuff. And Chelsea looked like she wanted to try to strangle her again, to be honest. Then Allison made some comment. She said something about basically they're the reason, something about, because Chelsea do social media stuff. She was saying something about a viral moment, and did she check her metrics and stuff? She was like, I know you checked it, and you see that because of us, you got all these views and stuff. And they said that Chelsea's supposed to make an announcement, and it shocks Kat. I'm assuming she's stepping away from social media, because this is where all this foolishness started. Well, yeah, that's what I'm assuming. What else? Let's see. Eva was on the phone with Leslie. She was talking about she can't believe what Ted did, and just talking about Ted this, and they think they could get away with that, and all this other stuff. And I was like, you look, once again, your mama running around trying to murder people, and you mad about a house? You mad because your daddy gave her a dose of her own medicine? And it ain't even the same type of medicine, because the girl crazy. Your mama's crazy. You over here falling for her foolishness yet again. Even ends up meeting with Tomas. We already talked about that. She want his help going out the build, going toe to toe. He was like, that's my boss and stuff like that. And she was like, she know that he could do it. And I said, he gonna do it. He want her so bad. They over here in another close moment. Cat walk in. I'm like, Cat. So I'm thinking she gonna be confronting him about once again being way too close. Now you don't see him in the doggone hotel room. That was bad enough. Cause I don't think it's a lot of people that's gonna walk in on a significant other in another woman's room. Cause she came there to see Eva. And you go there and you see your dude. Well, I don't know if they was a couple then. Was they a couple then? I think he was saying he didn't know what they were, if I'm not mistaken. So you walk in and you see this dude, and you over here. She had the first right mindset when she seen what he was about or whatever. She seen him in there or whatever. And he's like, nothing happened, nothing. We were just friends and all this other load of baloney. And I say, he another one that be playing in folks' face, just like Ridge on the Bold and Beautiful. Well, I ain't gonna say he that bad. I ain't gonna say he that bad yet. But yeah, what else? Let's see. Vanessa was trying to find Leslie another house, but she was not interested because it's, first of all, she wanted to be across the street from the Duprees so she could stick it to them. That's basically what she said. Her focus is on revenge, which is insane because you was messing with this lady husband. Hello? You act like you been dead wrong. Maybe what Bill said and threatening your child and stuff, but other than that, Nicole ain't did nothing to you. Nicole has not done nothing to you, girl. But yeah, she was showing her houses. She didn't want none of the houses. She was telling her that. So she told her, look, either you give me what I want, but I'm going to come out, or I said that wrong. Either you get me what I want, or I'm going to come after you. I'm going to make it seem like you, what did she say? You discriminating against me because of race and stuff like that. She was trying to explain to her she ain't like that or whatever. And she's like, I don't care. What you put on the internet is forever. So basically she gonna lie. Once she said that about doubling the money though, Vanessa was like, she gonna get right on that. I said, I bet you are. But yeah, what else? Let's see. We already talked about Eva, Tomas. Vanessa tried to find another house. Chelsea was overwhelmed. Leslie threatened to say Vanessa discriminated against her. Nicole thinks Chelsea may have PTSD. Allison crazy self was quoting things about Chelsea, posing and stuff like that. I said, girl, this ain't no photo shoot. Kat tried to get Chelsea to talk. Madison ended up getting her to talk a little bit. Bill tells Danny to have gratitude that they have Chelsea back. What else? We already talked about Naomi. I said Bill had Danny in his arms. Eva wants Tomas to go after Bill. Kat sees Eva and Tomas together, but she ain't say nothing. That's exactly why I said she just focused on sticking it to Eva at this point. She definitely is, because that's way too many times. And that's not to say, he can't be friends with her and stuff like. No, it's way too much. It's way too much going on. They've been in way too many close moments for you not to be over here like, okay, what's going on? Now, she has been confronting them or whatever, and that's why I said she over here trying to stick it to Eva or whatever, because ain't no doggone way. That's too many times, girl. One time she caught him holding hands stuff. She caught him holding hands, or the same thing. I think he had his hand on her hand. That's the same thing as holding hands to me. It was like, that's the same thing. Too close. It's too close. But yeah, hold on. What else? Let's see. I already said at this point, Kat needs to just walk away. She's caught them in way too many close moments. Leslie doubling the offer. Ted stops by, lets the family know what he did, but they ain't really care. Bill said it's nothing, just the family coming together. That's what Naomi walked in on. We already talked about Chelsea confronting Allison. And I said this lady playing this part. I said Allison delusional. Says Chelsea views on social media should be going crazy because of them. But yeah, that was it. That was all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces. Have a great rest of the day and be safe.